deep breaths. Spring is here. I'm at the park. I don't know what park this is, but it's a nice place to go after I've been in that place called the Local 308 Union Hall. So we had a quorum. Thank you. We had 25 people right on the mark. It was nice. Only one of the cases was overturned by the membership. It was sad. It was sad. You know, and I know the pressure is on when you're in these membership meetings to be respectful, right? It's they demand respect. They're like the bosses at the CTA. They demand respect. But they don't respect you. They don't. You're nothing but money to them. And they're going to go around asking for your vote. And you're going to be compelled to vote according to how you feel about them. And then after you re-elect them, they get into office, and you write a grievance, or your coworker writes a grievance, or someone you cares about writes a grievance, and the same person you voted for will tell you, no, this is not a contractual issue. This is about your feelings. You must think on a contractual basis, not on your feelings. Even though that mismanager wrote you up based on their feelings. Yet they're going to go around and they're going to say, come and vote for me, and give you a hug. And you've known me for a while. Yeah, I've known you based on your feelings, your emotions. And they, Mark and Penny in this meeting, they talked about how there's disrespect for them and the board. And how we have board members that encourage disrespect. And then they conflate the violent threats that they've received from members who they've betrayed as linked to criticism. You should be in these meetings. You need to understand parliamentary procedure, and you need to understand business unionism procedure. And anyone who is in this meeting and wants to dispute me, you could put your comments here. I encourage it. I hope I'll see it. I should see it. If I don't see it now, I will see it later. But those of you who are in this meeting, I want you to dispute me. Why is it that during new business I was not allowed to speak? I raised my hand. Oh, but Mike Overstreet could. And then she interrupted new business to announce the votes. So I stood up. You saw me, right? And I stayed standing. Because why? Earlier on, she said, if you want to speak, stand up, right? I wanted to ask our Secretary Treasurer, I don't know, for those of you who were there, I said, what about the payroll? And he says, we'll deal with that in new business. I said, okay. And that's what I was speaking up about. I was trying to speak up about that, but they shut me down. Don't you all see the okie doke? Hear those sirens? Maybe they're coming for me. Maybe they're coming for you. But they're never, ever going to come for those people in that office down the street, because they are stealing. And they are now saying that because I am telling you what's going on in this place, that I am responsible for the violent threats that they are receiving from angry members. I want to tell the members this. Do not threaten these people's lives. Please stop. Speak your mind. Express yourself. With your mouth, with your pen. But I don't want to hear that Mark and Penny got shot up in the Union Hall because you're pissed at them. And let me tell you, they have threatened me plenty of time through their flunkies to fight me and beat me up and for years run me over. For years. I'm a union rep. I have been threatened with my life on Facebook and text messages because of what I stand for. But I don't conflate that with criticism. You know, Mark and Penny and Battle, you and Cleve, toughen up. You put a lot of crap out there for us. All you do is freaking defend these no good mismanagers. I kept mentioning that we have these mismanagers that are suspending us for reporting defects in writing for trains that we inspect as the mechanics, as the carmen, as the repairers. And I have given them copious amounts of reports and complaints about these same managers, and they do nothing about them. But they defend them month after month, and they did it again. And y'all fall for it, as they lie to you. Mark Weems lied to you when he said, we have not received reports about these mismanagers that Eric Basir is whining about. Brothers and sisters, they don't work for us. But don't kill them. Don't try to hurt them. Get active. Come to these meetings and add your voice to mine. Organize with your co-workers to hold the mismanagement accountable and to hold the union officials accountable. Brothers and sisters, I receive phone calls from members who either want to kill themselves or kill the mismanagers or kill the union reps, the presidents. And I tell them, I said, don't do that. It's not necessary. In fact, it will do nothing. It will do nothing. If Mark and Penny and Battle vanished, they were disappeared by ICE or something, locked up in Guantanamo Bay, dumped in a pit full of snakes and alligators, gassed, it won't change nothing. I ain't telling you to do that. I don't want you to do that. Don't put your hands on these people. Now they're saying that what I say is inciting violence, and that what I say encourages people to threaten them with drunk email tirades. You know, Brother Mark, you antagonize the poor members a little too much when they try to speak up and they express themselves passionately. I've noticed that over the years, you become violent. And our president says she feels afraid. You do the same thing. But you'll deny it. Of course, I'm lying according to you. And that's okay, because I expect that from you, Brother Mark, Sister Penny, Brother James, Brother Cleve. I expect you to say I'm lying. Why? Because you must discredit everything I say. Because everything I say and everything I believe is a threat to everything you say and you believe. Even Tom Moore defended the mismanagement. Y'all defend these mismanagers. You say the contract. I asked, could you cite the contract for something? And Mark Williams says, I'll get it to you later. No, you Facebook is telling me, with a budget of $60, you could reach up to 177,000 people. Okay, well, I would just like to reach 50. Okay, so stop popping up on my screen. Thank you. You're out of order, Mr. Facebook. Since last April, I have been requesting in writing, in the meetings, to see the payroll. I forgot the exact dates, but I believe it was 2024 and 2025. We had other administrative salaries that amounted up to $1 million. Our secretary treasurer and our presidents refuse to make sure I can see that. Now, also, I can no longer view the receipts in our executive board meeting. And I wanted to bring that up in new business. I couldn't do it. She wouldn't let me speak. Mark Ween motioned to adjourn the meeting. I said, how can you motion to adjourn the meeting? We're still in new business. She said, new business is closed. So after Mike Overstreet asked his question, which he didn't make a question, sorry, he made a motion. And I seconded that motion, by the way. And his motion was for the executive board members who don't come to the meetings, according to the bylaws, they have now effectively vacated. By not going to the membership means they have vacated their position. Now, we do need to discuss that a little further because according to the ATU Constitution, if your schedule does not allow you, the member, to attend a membership meeting, for example, the Tuesday meetings, you have to get it excused. You have to submit your reason in writing. So I make sure I do that for the Tuesday meetings. So I don't know, maybe he wants me out. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't trust you, Mike Overstreet. I don't trust you, brother. But, you know, when you motion for something that's right, when you speak up for something that's right, I'm going to back you up. And see, that's something Brother Mark and Sister Penny and James Battle don't understand, and Cleve Atkins, that this union ain't about, do I like you as an official? Do I like you as a steward? It's about, how do you take care of the members? How are you enforcing the contract? How are you enforcing the bylaws? Mark Weems has effectively asked the membership to police those who criticize them. They say there's someone out here running for office, instigating violence on them. We all know who he's talking about. He's talking about me. And I reiterated, you'll never find me encouraging anyone to harm a little hair on your head, whether it's gray or not. But I encourage holding you accountable. I encourage criticism. I encourage criticism of me. See, you all got Facebook groups that you're affiliated with, and you ban me right away. Like in the meeting, you won't let me speak during new business. You know, those of you who don't like me that went to this meeting, you're going to tell me that that's okay that she does that? You're going to tell me that it's okay that they refuse to give us payroll in these meetings? You really think that's okay? I don't think you do, but you think about it. We got managers calling cops on me for defending us. And then we have members that say, yeah, it's because look at how you talk now. But I'm constantly being cut off. How many times did you see me with my hand up and she says, any questions, and then goes right past me? And then sometimes she does allow me to question. Why is that acceptable? You know, those of you that went to the meeting, you got to speak up. If you think it's wrong, if you think I'm wrong, call me out. debate with me. You could call me clown. We don't like your approach. Let's talk about clown and approach. Okay, I'm a clown. Whatever that means. You know, a clown. I gotta look that up in the dictionary. I need to look that up, break that down. Okay. But at least I ain't a boss-loving, boot-licking sellout. Yeah. You don't like my approach. Okay. Okay. What about Penny and Mark's approach? When we go to them about these managers causing problems and they do nothing. We put complaints in writing about these managers who are writing us up for doing our job or because they don't like us. They approach the contract in secret. Let's look at Mark and Penny and Keith Hill. They approached the contract in secret and waived our paid sick leave, y'all. Article 15.13, put it in the tentative agreement, but never, ever put it in the summaries. Let's talk about their approach. You want to talk to me about my passion for the truth, for revolutionary unionism, for defending my coworkers who pay me to be off the clock a few times a month to defend them. You want to criticize me? Okay, good. Do that. But you need to criticize them too. I was trying to raise my hand in this meeting. This brother who they fired and they said he was threatening a canine security guard. Did y'all hear what I said in that meeting? It was audio. It was no audio in that video. And the security guard rushed up. And then I said, why don't we let the members see the video? We keep talking about video. They did this. So you're going to sit there and believe LaTarsha Davis? Because why? Well, she's LaTarsha Davis. Yeah, but what's her mind at? What's her disposition? I'm not criticizing her. You're going to believe James Battle. You're just going to believe them say, yeah, he was intimidating. When I saw the video, I didn't see that. I saw a canine security guard rush up to this brother at the window, and the brother stood up at the window. Then the canine security guard rushed back. The canine security guard wasn't going down there, like turning to the right to the turn. Why would the canine security guard be going to the booth? Oh, we already saved this brother. We already helped him. Well, they helped the brother again. I mentioned when I saw the video, he wore his vest properly. He tapped all his turnstiles properly. He was doing his job. We have no audio, y'all. And by the way, when he says that we got his case to arbitration, that wasn't them. That wasn't the board. The board rejected his first grievance. It was the membership that overturned it. They never wanted this man to have his job, y'all. They never did. They never did. I was there. The enemy, the one instigating violence on the executive board members of the president. I was there. They never wanted this. The first time he got in trouble, they didn't want to save his job. But the membership overturned it, and an arbitrator ruled in favor of this man. So that means the CTA mismanagement couldn't wait to get him again. Why? Because Mark Weems, Penny McCoach, whatever other dope was in the room was like, oh man, yeah, it's the members, the members. They're in their feelings all the time. They're in their feelings. These people talk about feelings. Don't you understand that Mark and Penny have no feelings for you? Except disdain? And they have bountiful feelings for the people who write you up and fire you. They do. And you know what my feelings are? I have nothing but disdain for the CTA mismanagement. I have nothing. I have no love. I have not even a little bit of love for them. They're boasting about this and boasting about that. They won Employer of the Year. Really? More like Union Buster of the Year. And then our union presidents go and they play both sides and say, yeah, we're getting the police force and the county sheriff and the blah, blah, blah. Okay. So what about the paid sick leave? Thank you, by the way. People feel a lot more secure, I'm hearing. But then, interestingly, she had the county sheriff there sitting in for the whole meeting with his little gun. He's not a member. But then I guess it's because they feel their lives are threatened. So now we have police in our membership meeting. You know, Mark and Penny, if you don't want members to hate you and want to kill you and do violence and threaten you, why don't you treat us better? I mean, I'm out here saying to people to leave y'all alone. Do not threaten Mark, Penny, Battle, the lawyer, Charlie Burns, any of these people. Don't do it, because you're not going to have me backing you up. But I understand your anger. You can call them a sellout. You can call them a traitor. But don't call for their death or for them to be hurt. But I understand your sentiment. But this battle, we've really got to understand. Ultimately, Mark and Penny, King Costa, Keith Hill, they are really not our enemy. Our enemy is the CTA mismanagement and the politicians that keep that thing going. Democrats, Republicans, these servants of the billionaire bloodsuckers of the poor. You got to understand what we are experiencing is coming down from higher levels. So the Cook County Sheriff fella was there. And I asked, could you please go back and take this message to your committee that there are customer assistants who have told me that they feel like there's pressure coming down on them from management when they let people on who ask to be let on the train, the turnstile. They're like, go ahead, jump, whatever, crawl, slither, whatever. And they're doing this because they don't want to be assaulted. They don't want to be killed by these people who want a free ride, okay? And he said, yeah, but, at a certain point, they got to understand they're letting people on the train that are committing crimes. I said, yeah, but when you're not there, Mr. Sheriff, they have to face that person who they didn't let on or they called the cops. Lose it there. Do you understand, County Sheriff? You're not going to be Mr. County Sheriff, like for the whole shift. So what does that person do when they say, B, you better let me on, give me a ride? And they're like, no, I can't let you on. You want them to argue with them? What? Well, and then he said, well, call 911. Oh my God. Okay, and then that 911, by the time they get there, this dude that threatened them is already on the train. And then of course I got interrupted and Penny and Mark and whatever, They want respect, but they don't give respect. They don't even follow the procedures that they insist that we follow. It's fast and loose. Did you see how Penny moves? Then she calls Mike Overstreet's motion out of order. We have to deal with that in executive board. No, we don't. It's in the bylaws. Have a discussion. Say, well, let's discuss. Do you want to discuss this now as a membership, among the membership? Can you form a committee about what you're doing and put something in writing? Can we do a break off and adjourn this meeting and do a break off meeting after? It's not out of order. It's out of order because you're so freaking lazy to deal with it. That's what it is. But that's what you are. You're lazy. President Penny. And you say, I'm working hard. No, you're hardly working. Because you don't even want to deal with Mike Overstreet's motion, which exposed your own corruption. How there's these people who aren't officers anymore, and now we have these vacancies, and you're filling the vacancies with people who are what? Your loyalists. And you have vetted them to make sure that they condemn the boogeyman, which is fine with me. I told one of their stewards, I said, brother, I don't care what you think about me. And I know they don't think highly of me, her stewards, some of them. But as long as you take care of the members, you're good with me. You don't have to like me. You don't. I'm running for president because I don't like anything that happened there today. I think it's a torturous experience. You're gonna see in the little book that I'm putting together soon, it's taking a while because it's a lot. I'm putting it together for y'all about what a local 308 will be like with me as president. And you can actually see on my YouTube channel what a membership meeting is going to be like. And it will be nothing like this. I'm taking a hammer. I'm taking a pile driver to the foundation of business unionism at Local 308. And we are going to dismantle this corrupt personality cult. It's not going to be this fake sense of order and respect of a chain of command where the president and the vice president and you all must obey, and you're going to sit in front of them while they sit in front of you. You're sitting in a hard metal chair and they're sitting in a soft cushy chair. You ever think about that? Think of they don't even think you are worth sitting in comfort. We got people there with back problems. You're a CTA worker. Every CTA worker got something wrong with their back, their knees, their shoulders. And you're going to make them sit in a freaking metal chair? Yeah. Not even offer your own chair? James Battle, you don't even offer your own chair to one of the people that were there that obviously has issues and a cane? A freaking cane? Nah, Brother James. You know, Brother James Battle, I had I had higher hopes for you, brother. But you're turned into a nothing but a clone of Mark Worms. And it's a clone. I mean, you're not even close to the original. At least Mark Worms has a finesse about it. Make you think that he's on it, like up in his head, and he's got all the chess moves 4 stages ahead. I mean, you just don't know. Our president, she keeps saying AI is coming. AI is coming to the CTA. AI is coming. No, it's AV. She's conflating artificial intelligence with autonomous vehicle technology. AI is already at the CTA. It's like all over the place. It's not even it's like everywhere. It's like you compose an email and here comes some Gmail says, here, let me help you compose this. And it just finishes writing. I hate that thing. It says Polish. I'm like, Polish? I don't speak Polish. I'd like to learn it though. You know, AI is here. They got AI, all kind of crap at the CTA already. They got AI cameras, they got AI training, all kinds of bots that talk to you. Think, oh, who is this woman talking to me on this screen, training me for ethics? It's a freaking AI. AI is here. It's autonomous vehicle technology. And then she says, now y'all need to start coming to work. You need to start coming to work because they're going to replace you with robots, and the servicers, they're going to replace you with robots. Come to work. Come. You sound like a freaking boss talking like that. People will come to work if they feel safe. That's why we got a police force. Safety is beyond policing. Safety is I can go to work and not get hurt. It's a repairer who can walk into a pit and not fall and break his leg. It's an operator. They can operate the train without tearing a rotator cuff because they got to operate the doors also. Safety is two-person crews. Safety is paid sick leave. Safety is proper tools and equipment. Safety is having a bathroom at your station that works. Safety is having a radio that works. Safety is not having rats and mice run around in your kiosk or wherever you work so you get hantavirus. It's not safe if you can get hantavirus, right? So it's a little more than policing. It's now we got police here. We got the county cops and whatever. They're gonna, great. But how is it really going to be safe when the CTA mismanagement is running 8 cars all day, all night, one-person train operation? Tell me that. Tell me that. You're putting a Band-Aid. It's like you're running around barefoot on nails with this 8-car train operation all day, all night with one person. It doesn't work. You're inviting people to live on the trains. You're inviting crime on the trains. When are we going to hold the CTA mismanagement accountable for the crime? See, that's the thing. If you notice, Penny, Mark, Keith Hill, crime, we need a police force. Crime, we need a police force. When are we going to police the people who run the CTA? When are we going to call for the CTA board of directors to quit kissing you-know-what and start kicking you-know-what? These people are writing me and my co-workers up for putting defects that we find on the trains in writing and saying, well, you're supposed to tell me first. Obviously, they want us to tell them first and not write it down because they don't want to be held accountable for it. And then you, James, Battle, and Penny got the nerve to tell the membership, see, well, you disobeyed because the boss told you to tell him, not write it down. And then on the other hand, we have these complaints about working conditions, rats and kiosk, and you're saying, well, where's the reports? So it's okay that they write us up and threaten us for reporting problems because they told us to tell them and not write it down. And then you're telling us we can't go to an arbitration or we can't fight or do anything as a union because you didn't write it down. Would you please make up your minds? Would you please? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show y'all something. Yeah, it's right down here. It's right down there, right in the middle of the screen. That's where the union hall is. Yeah, it's right there. And please don't go in there and hurt them people, okay? Please, because we gotta. Don't hurt nobody, please. Don't threaten them. Let's just expose them, okay? Give me a chance on November 17th, okay? As president. This is not going to continue with me. I promise you. I'm not going to shut you up if you criticize me. I'm not going to. I'm going to debate you for sure. And if you want to clown me, okay. But I got a black belt and troll foo. So, if you want to troll me, but if you want to debate, I like that. You want to debate the contract, I like that. I would love to do that. But we're not going to have this top-down thing going on. The way to fight, the way real unions fight, and and this is what I've been preaching for years, is arbitration is one way to fight. And it's a weak way to fight. There's multiple ways to fight. You have, and I'll just give it to you broadly, informational pickets, petitions, march on the boss, other collective action, right? This is broad. But our grievances serve as a way to control us. And then when they break it up between complaint and a grievance form, it confuses the people. And so you have a case where, like you saw, those of you who were in the meeting today, they said so-and-so filed a grievance about managers harassing him. Well, they said it's not a grievance, it's technically true. And it was done in a grievance form, that is true. And it's actually a complaint, it should be on a complaint form. So I wanted to ask, well, what complaint form did the management give them? And how do we know that the management gave them a complaint form? But my hand was up, and of course, she wasn't going to let me ask that. We have one form if I'm president. People say, stop saying if. Okay. Should you all vote for me to be president, we're going to have a unified grievance form. And that will have our complaints. But it's going to have a little checklist. And anyone who fills out the grievance is going to be required to think like an organizer. And we're going to have the stewards guide the membership in that direction. It can be done. But it's going to have to break up all these fat salaries. Number one, we're going to have to dump this second vice president position. Number two, I don't know if we even need a secretary-treasurer. Because from what I'm seeing, he ain't doing nothing but hiding stuff. And it's hard work to hide stuff. It's easy work just to show the members everything. It's easy. Just show them the balance. Show them the check register. Show them the receipts. Let them sort it out. Let them call it out. And you say, I'm doing my best here, but y'all need to look at this. If there's something I missed, let me know. Simple. I wonder if we could just outsource that position. Maybe there's our AI, right? Because the AI will show you everything, right? If you program it, right? The robot, the computer program, and the membership can just log on to it, see where the money is. Wow, wouldn't that be nice? Oh, Brother Charles Hall is watching. Good afternoon. This is just despicable. So I'm kind of ranty. I call this a rant because these meetings are so depressing to me. I should be at my judo class right now. In fact, I just missed it. So I'm just going to go and work out with whoever's there. Just practice. Get ready for my next test. I'm hoping to get my black belt, y'all. I already got a black belt in Cho Fu, but I want to get a black belt in judo. So wish me luck. I'm hoping to do it this year. That would be nice. But anyways, it's a nice park here. It's a very nice park, and I think this is what kept me sane. Hear the children playing and stuff. It makes me feel good. Brother Bill Davis's bad idea. You must be talking about the AI, having an AI secretary treasurer, I presume. Yeah, I'm just teasing. I don't think that's. I hate AI, by the way. I'm an anti-AI. I do not use ChatGPT. But sometimes people do stuff for me with AI, and I'm so grateful. They put stuff together for me and they use it. And I say thank you and I accept it. But I don't like it. I don't use it at all. And I can see when ChatGPT wrote something. So I'm not going to stop criticizing Penny and Mark, James Battle, Cleve Atkins. I'm not going to stop criticizing you guys. And I'm not going to stop telling the members what you're doing. And if you think what I'm saying is false, what you got to do is when I say it, when I post it, you got to comment and say that's not true. And that's what our president did, in fact, when I talked about how she has been fighting the members who want the time clock back at Howard's shop and want the time clock back at Midway. She wrote, "It's not true." And I responded and I said, "Oh, well, thank you for posting. Could you please tell me exactly what I said is not true and provide the evidence? In fact, put the recording of when I say you said this stuff." Because she fought us like hell. Too many Google searches are AI. Yes, I agree. I use a browser that is actually no AI, bro. It's really hard. It's called Start Page. Start Page. So it's pretty good. It's like, it's a good browser. You don't have to worry about AI crap in there. Still stuff leaks in, but you'll find it. It's pretty good. Start Page is the browser. But, or website. But they keep saying, you all need to call the union office. You got a question, call the union office. You got a question, call. Don't listen to people on the outside. And because I'm the one on the outside. I really am. I'm the only one on the outside who's a union official that is accessible and sharing information, which they call misinformation. But notice they won't tell you exactly what it is that I'm misinforming you about. They won't. You use DuckDuckGo. Yeah, DuckDuckGo's all right. But they've been starting to get that AI crap in there. So be careful. I used to be big on DuckDuckGo. But I've been starting, as far as images go, I'm seeing a lot of AI images when I'm searching for references for artwork. It's no good. But other than that, it might be good. But I'm open to debate our president, vice president, attorney. And I will tell you, I will win in some cases. I will. Why? Because I never give up. And see, that's what they want. They want you to just give in and believe them. So you go ahead and keep believing what they're telling you. Go call them and whatever. But would you please check it for yourself? Please? When Mark Weems says it's in the contract, ask him where. And then read it for yourself. Because a lot of our contract is ambiguous. That means it's not definitive. It's not a yes or no. There's room for interpretation. And he even fabricated. If y'all listened, he said that Article 3.2, which is no reduction in wages article in the contract, he said, unless there's a mistake. He did. He'll deny that he said it, but he said it. And I immediately got the contract, and that's why at the meeting you heard me read it. So this flagman who says there should be no reduction in wages. And as you hear the discussion, he said, well, that was because that was from an old memorandum of understanding. So I read that 3.2, and then I asked our vice president, so is the memorandum of understanding that gave an accelerated raise for a short period of time, of which that flagman did not meet the criteria, is that part of the collective bargaining agreement? He said, yes. I said, so therefore, we can attempt to fight this based on that. We can try. They said no. I said, but they admitted, you all admitted in this room that the CTA keeps making mistakes with the payroll sometimes and end up clawing back years of wages from people they overpaid. So you admit there's a mistake. And they also admitted that an administrative manager was so-called disciplined or punished for this error or a error like this situation. So we have a problem that the CTA keeps doing. And this is our chance to fight it. That's why you heard me say we should arbitrate this to punch the bully in the nose, to try. And then they turned it around and made it like it's the clerk. Well, if you're going to do it now, we're going to go after the clerks. My God. My God. So now you're turning it into my argument is now go punish the clerks. You know, this is the kind of disingenuous crap you can't keep falling for. These people are disingenuous. They're always looking for a way to help the CTA save money. Listen to them. At these contract proposal meetings, how many of y'all said, we need a raise, we need a double-digit raise? When I was at a meeting, we said 33% raise. Everyone, yeah, and Mark Williams says, yeah, but you got to be realistic. They only have so much money. I said, is it realistic that we keep working 8 hours overtime? 16 hours. You can't do 16, but 8 hours overtime and effectively working 7 days a week. Is that realistic? How long can we do that to pay bills, Brother Mark? Well, you got a good point. Okay, so why are we worried about them saving money? We already got them the money. I mean, our president is boasting in this meeting that she got the money for the CTA. Okay, great. To keep our jobs, she said. Otherwise, you'd be laid off. That's what she said. I got that money. I got it. All right, well, you got the money. Okay, fine. You got the money. So why are we letting them take money from us? Why are we letting them punish us for getting sick? Why did you waive the paid sick leave? You know, and why aren't we getting 33% raises, staying above inflation? You got the money, so why don't you take some of that money for us? Do y'all get it? Y'all see the okie doke? That place, right here. It's like, it's hard to see from here. It's hard to see. It's like a little building. You're like, I'm almost a block away. That is a CTA union. It's a company union. And they're protecting. They're there. They're protecting. They may, who knows? They may walk over here down the, hey, Sir, I'm tired of your lies. Okay. But when you say stuff like this, when you keep contradicting yourself and you say, you got to put it in writing. You got to put it in writing. And then we put it in writing. And then they write us up and suspend us for putting it in writing. Then you say, well, they told you not to put it in writing. You should have done what they said. So take the write-up. You waived our paid sick leave. It'll cost money to do that, right? But you waived it and you did it in secret. You didn't put it in the summaries that we used to vote on. You're a CTA union. You're making Local 308 a CTA union. You're keeping it that way. And the people don't want it. They're calling me, I don't want to be in this union no more. I want to opt out. I'm like, brother, please don't. It's all you got. Don't give up your right to vote. I can't afford it. Well, I understand. I feel the same. You know, but I can't do nothing for you. You got to talk to the Secretary Treasurer. And that's what you got. Don't ask me to disenroll you from the union. But first of all, I don't want to do it. Second of all, you got to go to the Secretary Treasurer. I can't do it. I can refer you to him, but I can't stop dues from being taken out of your check. Well, I'm going to tell you what. All the people who want to stop paying dues, most of them, believe what I'm saying. And they support me for being president. But they can't vote because they don't pay dues. So here's your chance to try to change this local, but you don't pay dues now? I mean, the few days a month I get off, your dues pay for that. Well, look at it as like, well, you're helping Brother Eric then. Oh, it's just so sad. And now they're in there basically blaming me because people want to kill him. It's my fault. Your fault for criticizing them. Did people want to do violence to them? I don't want no violence happening to them. Look, they want violence happening to me all the time. They threaten me. They call cops on me. You've seen it. I don't call cops on these people. I don't never. When did I threaten to beat the ass of any of these people? But they say it all the time. LaTarsha Davis, beat his ass. Tom Moore, let's go out and fight in the parking lot. You know, Eric Dixon trying to run me over. Penny McCoach siding with the managers to call the cops on me. You weren't supposed to be there. Well, how am I supposed to be in two places at the same time? So I came early to represent the member, and then the member didn't get representation. I mean, it's the constant thing. I don't want no violence happening to Penny and Mark, Cleve and James battle. Please, y'all, I know y'all, some of y'all want to just drop it. Don't drop on no managers either, and definitely don't drop yourself. We don't need violence. We need you to get active. You get on this Facebook and TikTok and Twitter and Instagram. Tell the people what you're going through. Like Sister Kendra. God bless you, Sister Kendra. Man, I love Sister Kendra. Sister Kendra, I haven't been so inspired by a member for like persistently since Sister Cheryl was working with us. Poor Sister Cheryl, that's another story. Y'all need to look at Sister Kendra and do what she do. Look how sweet she is. She got this glam, she gets the makeup and the soft light, and all you see is this boogeyman with his wrinkles and his bald head and baggy eyes, you know? Man, that's a woman that's a leader, right? Like, she got the charisma, she got the intelligence, and she got the heart. I'm talking heart for the people. Sister Kendra Eakins. Love you, sis. Love you, sis. I'm gonna stand by your side no matter what happens. And I hope the members will do that too. I will stand by any one of you who want to speak up against these traitors. That's what they are. And now they're saying the violence is because of me. They don't say it's me, but they say there's individuals running for office. Who's running for office in Local 308 that you know of right now? The only one who declared it months ago. Me. So, whatever. I know what he's saying. That's okay. But I want y'all to keep criticizing these people. And when you speak up, they shouldn't be antagonizing. You should have heard Mark Weems. You know, he's upset about this member that's upset with him and threatening him. He antagonized the man. Talked like a boss to him. Oh, so you don't do anything wrong? Why would you say that to a member, Brother Mark? Especially a poor member, a CSA. What's a CSA got? How is a CSA any threat to you? And I still got like this battery thing here. What's up with that? I think the God is telling me, you said enough, Brother Eric, at this park. Who knows, the people at the park may call the cops on me. You got this guy talking to his phone with a union hat. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day.